right, thank you very much. My name is Sherman Crancer. I'm the Senior Partner Channel Development Manager for the Western US. And, I want to extend a thank you. Microsoft has never been here before. And we take a look at this opportunity to kind of announce our interest to enter into this channel and to show the members of this channel how to really increase their revenue possibilities by adding Microsoft services. So, the basis of our presentation today really is about, it's a land grab opportunity. And we're going to talk a little bit about how to supercharge your business with Microsoft. And the first thing that we want to just kind of show you is just a little bit about Microsoft and kind of some of these really neat things that we're doing. In 2013, Jessie Combs became the fastest woman in four wheels with the average speed of 406 miles per hour. Now she wants to become the fastest woman ever, right? She wants to break the 512 mile per hour speed record. However, instead of going from four wheels to three, she's going to three wheels. She's using basically a revamped F-16 fighter jet, right? Okay. A lot of variables here, right? A lot of variables to get to 700 miles. So she decided that I think it's a good chance to utilize some of the things that we have to offer today. And one of the things called machine learning, artificial intelligence. So we're going to play a little video.
Race mile 1, going into afterburners.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
It's human nature to go as fast as you can possibly go.
Oh Lord,
I'm not afraid of dying. I don't want to die, but I'm not afraid of it.
I've been waiting for this moment for all my life.
I just go, and I don't let up until I have to.
On the Eagle, there's over 30 sensors. They gather almost 12 million points of data. We want to figure out the best way in which for this car to run. Enter the Microsoft Cloud. We're able to take the data, automatically process it, and get the results in a time frame that was unimaginable in the past.
If you start thinking with fear, you're going to be living with fear, and you're not going to be achieving the goals that you set for yourself. Two things that I'm thinking before I take off. Let this be a testament that girls can do anything they set their mind to, and do not wreck this car.
We're processing over 2,000 measurements a second, and that's where machine learning comes in. We're going to be able to try to find the correlations that are probably not obvious and drive this project to a greater extent than we ever could have dreamed.
We will make history in 2015.
So she broke the world record by utilizing this technology. So today, we're going to go into a couple things. Microsoft is a partner-led, company, really, community in SMB, and we have a very similar ecosystem to this current channel right now. It's very interesting, and actually, I grew up basically selling telecommunications. I worked for AT&T, I worked for Exo Communications and Comcast, worked carrying a bag, knocking on doors of those old Allegiance Telecom days. I'm sure you probably remember those. Wild West, when you only have to basically compete against AT&T. They weren't our friend then, but they are our friend today. These are our number one sponsor here, right? So they're our friend again. So it's awesome. But the thing is, I come from this, right? And I understand this ecosystem. And it's very similar from the Microsoft perspective. So we're committed really to entering this channel. There's a unique land grab opportunity right now. And where that comes from, it comes from understanding one very key metric. Office 365 is out there right now. You've heard a lot about it. A lot of people are talking about it, right? There's a 14% market share right now for Office 365 in the US SMB community. 14%. And we're growing 10% year over year. In 5 years, it'll probably be closer to 60 or 70%. There is an opportunity once in a lifetime for channel partners such as yourself to get more involved and grab a recurring stream of revenue to add to your current services. There's a lot of different ways to partner. We're seeing a lot of different organizations here, and we're here to support all of them. but we're just trying to explain to you that, hey, there is a way to actually do that. So now it's really time to differentiate yourself, from your competition. I think you and I would also agree that every day our margins are getting smaller and smaller, right? And it's harder and harder to compete because we have an influx of carrier service consultants coming in. All these different companies that are coming in trying to sell the products and services, right? So it's becoming tougher and tougher. How many times do you go in and have to bid against a carrier service consultant themselves? And are you part of the static? So now it's time to change. Time to sit back and say, okay, I'm going to look at what I'm doing and see if that there's another way to go into an account and actually present something that's different from every other carrier services consultant. So what is our mission, really? Our mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. What do we mean by that, right? Within this channel, it means to step back and actually plan on our future. Add new lines of business, reinvent yourself, spend some time getting away from the race to zero, which we know today. Just remember long distance. Our worldview is really the mobile first and cloud first business opportunity. And within this worldview, we understand that mobility is here today, right? But it's not necessarily mobility on devices, it's really the experience that you're getting from mobility. So what is a person actually experiencing when they're actually on their mobile device, right? That's what our worldview is to expand those experiences, to help empower the business community to be more effective, to collaborate more effectively, to reduce technology costs by bringing everything together. We're a cloud-first environment now. The cloud is here, okay? It's not something that, if, when, it's here. And you have to make a decision whether you're going to really embrace it and change. A lot of you in this room today have a great business, doing very, very well. But if you were to take a step back and ask yourself, in 3 years, if I'm doing the exact same business I'm doing today, will I still be profitable? Will you look at it in 5 years or 10 years? Will you be different? Great presentation earlier talking about valuation of a company, right? And what was the thing that I caught was, does a company do something different that people want, right? Ask yourself that question. Are you doing something different that people want? Or are you just still doing the business that we've been doing for the last 15 years? Are you selling circuits? Are you selling phones? Are you selling voice over IP? Well, instead of selling that, why don't you sell productivity, sell collaboration, sell a way to help the companies you're working with become more efficient. And this ties into two things, which is a combination of both the telecommunication services you provide today and potentially software. So that's really our worldview on things. What is our strategy? And it's really to build the best-in-class platforms and productivity services for a mobile-first, cloud-first world. Within this industry, our strategy really is to allow access to this particular channel to enter into our partner ecosystem. We want to help the TelcoSoft partner that we're coining, right? The TelcoSoft partner to grow their business and attain key accelerators. We want to empower the channel to change and reinvent themselves to be different from your competition. You're here today because you're wanting to learn, right? You're wanting to change. You're wanting to see what's going on. How many people didn't attend this show? But that's a good thing because you're going to learn how to potentially reinvent yourself today. Lastly, we want to provide an avenue, and I keep saying this, I guess, for the channel to distance themselves from other carrier service consultants, okay? I think it's just too hard today. It's too hard to have to compete against not only the ILECs, the CLECs, the voice over IP carriers, and the recently released account executives that are now carrier consultants. We all know that. I was one. Most of you guys probably were one too at one point. All right, so the next thing is really convergence of software and telecom. So there is a convergence, and that was really kind of what we started to think about when we were coming here. It was like, okay, let's talk about that. I think for many years, we actually had a position where we were parallel, right? We had, there was telco and there was IT. And, it was pass leads back and forth, okay, sounds good. However, we're at this very unique opportunity where that has become, instead of two parallel lines, it is actually combined. There is no reason why, as members of this channel, you can't reinvent yourself and become an IT partner to a degree. We're actively talking to all those MSPs and IT companies that you've partnered with and saying, hey, Convergence is here. We're talking to them. And we're letting them know that there's ways to provide telecommunication services. Okay? So now you might want to think, what is my planning strategy for the next 3 or 5 years? Because if you have a great business with a group of managed service providers that help you out with services, do you think possibly that they will be there tomorrow? Or will they be there in 3 and 5 years if the strategy is already coming together and they're being actively pursued by distributors to provide the exact same service as you are? So now it's time to kind of think, okay, this convergence is here. How do I change and how do I reinvent myself? There's really there's now a residual compensation that's available to this channel that a lot of people didn't know about. There's a lot of companies over here that are actually helping out, right? But there's residual compensation tied to Office 365, E5 or Skype for Business, but also on top line revenue opportunities, upsell, cross-sell. And there are several ways to partner throughout this convergence, and we're going to go into that in just a second. So what are our ambitions? Our ambitions is really to help the agents of this channel reinvent themselves, and we're going to provide you with all the necessary tools that is to actually get there. And with that, we'd like to show you how to do it. And our involvement here in this particular channel, the channel show, is really just as information. So you see us with this big old booth up there, right? Come on by and we want to help you. And there's a lot of different ways to partner, but our ambition is really to help you train, help you understand, help you get the right education, help point you in the right direction. We're not specifically responsible to help you sell, or there isn't anything that I could sell you besides how to do it. So please, that our ambition is to really be here to help you, to help this channel, whether you're an individual channel agent or you're an actual organization that is thinking about how do I come into this ecosystem, how do I provide a product or service. That is one of our ambitions. So now let's look at a couple of numbers here, is prevailing market drivers. Now think about this, 80% of big data growth is in the next 5 years. 80% of the workforce is mobile right now, and 70% mobile 70% of the time. So just think about that, it's mobile workforce, right? Gone are the days that we had to have a big, huge office, and everyone sat in the office, right? Now, within SMB, with collaboration and productivity and mobility, people are out. There's a 20 billion cloud market growth in SMB, and a 23% year-over-year increase in IT spend. So think about that. Next, huge opportunities ahead. And this is where it's really important. Look at that, 3% of 74 million SMB entities have bought Microsoft Cloud. 3%. 2.6 cloud customer adds per partner. What that means is our partners are adding 2.6 customers. So on our side, on the managed service side, their sales velocity is very low, but their implementation is very high. In this group, your sales velocity is very high. Your implementation is very low, right? So I would imagine that you could do 15 or 20 deals a year just by doing this and grab part of that, capture part of that market. 1% of Office 365 customers have bought other services. And 184 million commercial non-phone device opportunity right now. Mobility is really the key factor. Next, looking at Microsoft, we have a strategy, an incentive strategy. So we have a lot of incentives. We actually pay our partners quite a bit of money And this kind of just shows you, in FY13, we spent 10%, was really our cloud-first partner incentive strategy. In FY14, 19, FY15, 32, and right now, 49%, nearly half of the incentive spend right now is directed towards cloud sales. So we're going to show you how to do that and how to get there. So, moving quickly through this, I want to talk a little bit about Azure because that's infrastructure as a service. Now think about this. 1.4 million SQL databases in Azure, 50 trillion storage objects, 90,000 new Azure customer subscriptions a month. It's the biggest consumption model that we have. Customer buys a little bit of Azure, next thing you know, they keep adding, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. 40% of the revenue come from startups. What does that mean? SMB. It's in the markets that you're at. Talk to them about infrastructure as a service. Azure is the most trusted public cloud there. World-class compliance, government accredited, leading privacy protections. And this is the one thing that really makes Microsoft, I think, really important and really a valuable product to add to your portfolio is that it is a leader in Gartner Magic Quadrants, all 4 of them, the absolute leader. And you can actually go check that out if you visit Gartner today. So how are we going to help? Okay, so there's several ways to partner. We're not here to say, hey, go one specific route. We're actually here just to help you make the best decision. So we have distributors here. That's kind of the typical way that partners go through this. They'll talk to Ingram, Synnex, or Tech Data, and we'll have them align with them, and they become a partner, and they sell services through them. Or they can go through other, like hosting companies. I would like to highlight 3 specific companies that I think are thought leaders in this industry, and that's Intelisys, WTG, and Teleris. Why are they the thought leaders? Because I've reached out to them. I've reached out to several master agents throughout the country. Microcorp is another thought leader. Excuse me if I forgot that. But they are actively engaged with us directly, and I have about 4 or 5 more slots open that I want to engage directly to help those companies out. But they are the thought leaders where they're, in this channel, they're trying to really help their agents not only make money on Office 365 sales, but high top-end revenue. We have training for partners. We have partner incentives. We have open office hours for you if you understand our ecosystem. And every year we have SMB Live events in every city, and they go twice a year. And it's the best way to learn and grow. Key actions to execute, and I only have just a few more minutes here, is visit our booth today. I've got about 250 copies of Microsoft Office 365 to give away today. Okay? Visit the booth. I want to give it away. Okay, it's just sitting there. I think we gave away like 12 copies yesterday. We want to talk to you. We just want to help you out. Ask us how you can increase your revenue. Choose a partner that you want to go with. Start selling. Call your clients and ask that one simple question. Have they adopted Office 365? Now, you've heard a lot about Office 365, but have you heard about this one thing? And I'm just going to leave you with this. We have a new Skype for Business platform. Many of you know about it. Basically, it's our cloud PBX with PSTN calling, unlimited calling, right? And many of you probably thought, well, it's not ready for prime time yet, right? Well, it is now because we just announced that we have the full auto attendant and the full suite. But this is what you have to think here. Skype for Business, 1 seat, $42 a month, including taxes. Okay? It's not that great. It's not like $10 a month, right? However, you know what the kicker is on this whole deal? $42, just like the regular seats out there, but it comes with a full enterprise edition of Office 365 per user. So now your clients have this opportunity to have stuff that all works together, collaboration, but actually get a revamp of all of their software for the same price that they're paying now. So increase your sales and stop competing with other CSCs. That's really the message. So please come to our booth. We really want to speak to you. We're actually here in the capacity of helping and helping people understand. Thank you very much. My name is Sherman Crancer. I'm with Microsoft.